I am a massage therapist and a body worker, and I've been doing that for about 30 years. And I'm 70 now. And before the patches, I've always been into health and health food and eating organic and gluten-free and taking supplements. And so it was kind of a shock when I started getting muscle weakness and really tired. So at the end of my work week, I would come home and just eat dinner and have to go to bed. I just was exhausted. And um, also the muscle weakness and the brain fog and the brain glitches, where you'd walk in a room and not remember what you went in there for. Um, those kind of things were happening. And I was kind of surprised because I'd always taken such good care of myself, and we've always been very active and hiked all the time. We live in the Rockies, and so we were avid hikers. And yeah, so about 6 months before I started on the patches, I told my office partner, she's only in her 50s, and I said, gee, I can't lift the water bottles anymore to put them on the dispenser. I just wonder if you could take that over now. So she was like, oh, sure, no problem. So I wasn't lifting the water bottles, and I just felt progressively weaker. And so then I got on the patches, and we've been on them almost 5 months now. And like the first thing that I noticed, we made a 3-month commitment. And the first thing we both noticed was sleeping more deeply and a shift in energy. And we were like, whoa, this is something. So then I noticed that my brain was clearing, and I wasn't walking into a room and forgetting what I walked in there for. And within about 2 months, I was lifting the water bottles at work again. It was really exciting because I could feel that my muscles were firing again. It was almost like they weren't firing before. And now they were back and they were firing again. And I'm back feeling strong, like I can do anything. And I know that gets you in trouble, but it's just been phenomenal. So, my brain is cleared up, my strength is back. I'm not exhausted anymore. I mean, I come home at the end of the work week and I absolutely still am totally energetic. I make dinner and I feel great. And it's just been like a miracle. I'm so happy because I love what I do, and I was not ready to stop.
Tell us a little bit about your dog.
Oh yeah, my dog. My dog's about 8 years old, and she's a cattle dog. We have two dogs, and this one, Chelsea, when we got her, they're both rescues, and you don't know what they've been through. And she is very sweet, but she's always been very timid and afraid and fearful. And it took her a year and a half just to walk up our hallway. We used to call her the undog because it was like not even having a dog at all. Um, and and so she would just lay in the bed all day. She didn't like come over to you to be pet or get attention or anything. And so when I started having good results on the patches, I thought, and I saw that people were patching their pets every weekend for 2 days. I put a patch on the back of her neck, and just for like 6 or 8 hours. And it was like almost immediate. She became more alert and aware, and she started like interacting with us. And a few weeks ago, she even jumped on the couch. Now, I know you don't really want your dog jumping on the couch, but we were so excited that we took a picture of her on the couch. And And now she like comes over to us and wants to be pet. And she even follows me around the house. And last night she walked into my bedroom with me for the first time ever. And we've had her for 6 or 7 years.
Tell us briefly about your husband real quick, because we have a couple minutes left.
Okay. My husband is a little older than me. He's going to be 82 this month. And he, about 4 years ago, had stopped hiking in the mountains. He just didn't have the energy. He didn't have the balance. He wasn't doing well. He just seemed like he was going downhill. And he had some traumatic emotional experiences happen, and then some eye surgeries. And we were just frustrated. And so I was going to the mountains with my girlfriends, and we would just walk the trails in town. And about 2.5 months after being on the patches, I said, let's go to this one hike that I know of where there's great wildflowers, and we'll just go. And if you have a hard time, we'll just turn around and we won't do it. It'll be okay. So we went there. And I didn't realize the hike started at 10,400 feet. And he hiked all the way up to the waterfall at a pace that I could hardly keep up with. And it was at 12,000 feet. And he wanted to keep going up to the lake. And I said, no, remember how your hips always hurt you on the way down? Well, his hips never hurt him on the way down. And then that night we got home and he said, hey, I just realized I didn't have to do my inhaler at all. And he's always had exercise induced, and especially in altitude. And so he didn't even need to use his inhaler. I mean, it was amazing. No leg cramps that night, no hip pain on the way down, no inhaler. It was like amazing. So he's hiking with me again.